because thank you, first of all, for being here and for investing some time to learn how to create and manage an online course independently. My name is Maurizia Moltoni Sartori, and I've been a freelance and an entrepreneur in the online education industry for a while now. But before doing that, I have always been a coach and a trainer. So I've been in the education industry offline for more than 20 years. And tonight, I want to share with you something that I learned in the last 3 years and that really changed the way I do business right now. And my goal here is really to share with you what I learned. And as I wrote to you in the emails you received, I really want to share this because I would like to create a community of independent course creators. Let's start. So first of all, this is the big data that is really, really important to keep in mind. And of course, this is Forbes published this lately in the 3 months ago, I think. And this is the size of the e-learning market, we are waiting to see in the next 2 years. As everybody knows, of course, after the pandemic, the online course space grew exponentially and going really from being just on the side of the education business to being something very, very big. But it seems that it's going to grow even bigger in the next 2 years. So this is part of this is why I am concentrating on this area right now. Okay, let's start talking about the 2 paths for aspiring course creators. If you are, like I was 3 years ago, in a space where you are deciding you want to create a course, you have thought about it, but you don't know where to start, basically. There are so many tools, so many opportunities, and different prices, different costs, and different ways. But what I'm going to show you tonight are the 2 paths, the 2 main paths that you can take as a course creator. And these paths are basically these 2. The first is you can host and create courses on your own website. And this is something that you can do easily, and I will show you how you can do that. So you just need a website as a platform, and everything is going to be yours. You are going to own your platform, your courses, and everything. And especially you're going to manage them alone, independently. The second path is to host and create courses on external platforms. There are many external platforms that you can pay to host your courses. And there are differences between them. Some of them also do marketing for you, so you have to pay them, and you can create courses on their platform, and they do also some marketing for you. But then we will see in more details later. What happens is that you will have to pay a percentage for every sale that you make. So you will be basically attached to them forever, or if not forever, you will have to start all over again when you decide to detach from them. So this was not my path, as you can understand. There are many platforms, by the way. You can choose different platforms, external ones, but they have something in common. You always have to pay. Or some of them, they tell you that you can host the first course for free, and that is true, but then they don't tell you that when you start working with people, you will have to pay every student that you enroll, you will have to pay a fee. So this is even worse, I think, because you build everything, and then when you start earning money, they want some money from you. So they are not really transparent. What I choose is, of course, path number one, but I researched a lot on number two as well. Let's go deeper on this. So external platforms. I put different characteristics with a minus, a negative characteristic, and one that is one plus. First of all, they are very rigid. They have rigid pre-built structures. So if you want, for example, very simple, if you want to have the video on your right and the syllabus on the left, in most of them is not possible because they have the video on the left and the syllabus on the right, and that's it. Even something you can personalize, like the colors or the fonts, but the real structure behind the course, it's really fixed and rigid. Then I told you already, you have to pay per student or pay per course. Even if they say at the beginning it's free, then when you start working, it's not free anymore. Then you don't have control over content and students, because the privacy is all managed by the company, the platform. So you don't really have control on people that can maybe copy your content or, I don't know, do something else. You don't have control. And also on your students. Some platforms ask you to pay less. They say you can pay less, but then they use your contacts to do business. So of course they ask you to do less. It's more like social networks. They are free, but then of course they can sell you anything. So you don't have control. And I don't like that. I don't like not having control on my students, on my people, on my, my community. So this is something that really I didn't like. And then there are high scaling costs, as I told you. If you start earning money, or if you start enrolling, for example, 50 and then 100 students, you have to pay a lot. The scaling costs of your company are very, very high. The plus, I have to say, of course, is a shorter learning curve, in the sense that, of course, you only have to you put your content on the platform, you basically download everything and put it on the platform, so it's easier. You don't have to study how to create your course. So the learning curve at the beginning is shorter. That is really the plus, I have to say. Then there is the other solution. That's the one that I took, the self-hosting on WordPress. And let's see all the plus that I put here. Unlimited freedom and creativity. This is something that, if you don't know what WordPress is really an open source platform where everybody can create courses, but especially WordPress was built to create websites. The second characteristic is the zero startup and management cost. You can create your first online course, but not only one, you can create 10, 20 for free with zero startup costs. And this is amazing compared to the other platforms, really. Then fixed costs for unlimited students. So the cost is fixed, as I told you. For example, if you have 1,000 students, the cost of the platform will not grow, would be the same. And this is amazing. While with the other platforms, you have to pay. As long as you grow, you have to pay more and more and more. And it's, according to what I learned in the last 3 years, it's not necessary, really. In this online world nowadays, 2023, this is not necessary. You can do a lot better. And then the ability to scale faster. Of course, since you don't have fixed costs and you manage everything on your own, you can scale faster. If you learn from your first course what is working and what is not working, then you can learn faster and you can scale. You can start selling more courses, and you don't have any cost. The minus, the only difficulty we can say, is that the learning curve to learn how to create your first course is a little bit longer. I'm talking about maybe 4 weeks, 5 weeks, depending on how fast you are in learning. I'm not talking about 2 or 3 years. So it's really not that bad. And this is where my community comes in place. I'm really willing to create a community where I can help people getting started in creating their websites on WordPress, because I want to shorten the learning curve. I want that, make sure that people are active faster and start creating their business faster. Okay. Then another advantage of the hosting in WordPress, basically of having the courses on your website, is that you can choose your business model. Your business model can be one of these. There are even more, but what I learned in the last years is that these are the most common ones. The B2C, you can sell your courses to everyone online or create a specific community, like I am doing right now. Basically, this is the same. You can decide business to consumer, so you can decide what courses and to everyone, meaning you can choose your niche. You can choose, for example, I'm a teacher, I teach Spanish, I want to create Spanish courses, and that's my niche. So you can decide to do that. Or I am a coach, I have a program and I want to teach my program. I want to offer my program to specific people, for example, to entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, or entrepreneurs over 50, whatever you want. And you can decide what your niche is and create that community. Or you can sell B2B, business to business. You can decide to sell your courses to companies. And with companies, I mean, for example, if you are a consultant, if you are a subject matter expert and you are already working with clients now, for example, you have a portfolio of 10 companies or 3, 4 that you're working with, you can sell your courses to existing clients. You can offer something more and your business can grow. That's what I did. I said to my customers, now I also have this. I can offer you courses, online courses. And this was something that they were willing to pay for, because, of course, this is where the education industry is going. So you can decide to start marketing to companies or use it as a tool to expand your existing business if you are a consultant or a coach. The third business model is that you can create an internal LMS. LMS means Learning Management System, stands for Learning Management System, for companies or schools, or manage your coaching business. Let me explain. Nowadays, many companies need a space online where they can teach something technical or something very specific to their to the people that work for them, to their employees or to their management. They want an internal LMS. It's an internal platform that other people cannot access from outside the company, and it's used to teach some specific skills to employees. You can do that. You can build that for companies with your with what I will show you, basically with WordPress and the plugin that I will teach you. Or you can sell the same thing to schools. For example, schools, private schools that need platform, a space online where they can host the courses that they want to teach, for example, put everything. Basically, it's a little bit like Google Classroom, but much better on the what can I say, on the external part. I mean, on the part that people show. Google Classroom, I have a daughter that uses that, for example, in school, is not so easy and is not so interactive. While if you create your online platform and sell it to schools, This is going to be much better because you will have courses, you will have the possibility to coach students, and also, for example, to exchange assignments or quizzes. So you have more functionalities with this LMS. Or you can manage your coaching business. If you have a coaching business, you can create your LMS, your personal learning management system, where, for example, you sell a program and you say, okay, you do the first part online in my learning management system and the second part with me live. So many opportunities, 3 business models, and there are more, but these are the 3 that probably you are thinking about right now. If you are really a beginner, you can start with your course, with one course to sell to one specific niche. Okay, so Lifter LMS and WordPress. Lifter LMS is the name of the plugin that I want to share with you tonight, that I am using to create and sell online courses since probably the last 2 years, but my business has really grown in the last year. So Lifter LMS and WordPress is the best solution, according to me, what my experience is, to create and manage your online course. At the beginning, is completely free. What I mean with the beginning is that you can have it always for free if you want, but if you need maybe later more features, for example, you want to create something like Facebook or Instagram, something very complicated, you maybe want to add something and then you can pay that. But the basic is free because Lifter LMS is a free plugin that you can install on your website. And to install it, you need WordPress, of course. It's an all-in-one solution. You have everything inside Lifter LMS. You don't have to go, for example, in external platforms to send emails, because you can send emails from Lifter LMS directly to your students. You don't have to go outside your platform when you want to create quizzes, because you can do that. Even when you want to create certificates, for example, you can do that inside Lifter LMS. That's amazing, for free. The basic plugin allows you to do that. And the basic engagement tools are included, as I told you. For example, the certificates, very important. So Lifter LMS gives you access, gives you the keys to different functionalities: coaching, e-commerce, reporting. Reporting, I mean, you want to know when the students have taken your courses, at what time, who is behind, who is ahead. You have a report, you can see everything. You have group and social learning, progress tracking, memberships, you can create also membership, and of course, courses, everything. Let me show you how, let's go and dive deep in the practicalities now. So you have your website, your domain, and you have WordPress installed. It will look like this. Let me show you a little bit. Okay, here on the left, you have, your dashboard. If you are familiar with WordPress, you already know it, but I'm showing it to be sure that everybody understands. You start and you have WordPress in the back end of your website. And this is what you're going to see. And in the plugins area, that looks really like this, you will find, you can search for Lifter LMS. You write Lifter LMS, the name exactly, Lifter, it will appear, LMS. And you will see this, Lifter LMS WordPress LMS plugin for e-learning. And this is free to install. So what you do is you install this plugin. You go on, and when you find this, as you can see, there are 5 stars. Everybody's giving 5 stars, and there are more than 10,000 people. I am one of them using it, and of course, happily creating courses. So you go, let's repeat, you go on your dashboard on the back end of your website, in WordPress, you go under plugins. Here there is plugins, and add new, and you search for Lifter LMS. This is the only one, Lifter LMS. And then you, of course, click under, okay, download. The plugin will immediately download and will be accessible on your website. And you will find it here. It's already installed. But at the beginning, when is the first time that you install Lifter LMS on your website, you will see this. Let me see. Okay. You will see this installation helper, basically. It's a process that helps you get started with Lifter LMS. You can also skip that, but of course, I really recommend not to skip it because it's very helpful. So I will show you how it goes. As soon as you download the Lifter LMS, this is what shows on your screen. Welcome to Lifter LMS. Then you click Get Started Now. And it asks you if you want these pages already built in your website. These are 4 pages that you will automatically have on your website. Basically, Lifter LMS is offering you these 4 pages. You will have a course catalog, a membership catalog, a checkout page where people can pay for your courses, and a student dashboard. So, of course, I suggest you say yes, save and continue, because you can also always delete these pages later. So why not? Then it will ask you for the currency that you are using for your payments. You say, in my case, is Italy, Euro, and I will tick also enable offline payments, because at the beginning, you will not have Stripe or, for example, PayPal installed, but you can make people pay through the bank, for example, offline payments, and then when they pay, they have access to your course. So enable offline payments. Save and continue. And there it is. There are sample courses and templates that Lifter LMS is offering you. There is a quick start course, a free course lead magnet if you want to sell your course, and a course template. You can download the 3 if you want, all 3. But at the beginning, you will learn you will need the quick start course and the course template. But anyway, you can have them all and then you will use them later. And this is what then will appear on your backend of your website. You will have a course template, you will have a free course lead magnet, and a Lifter LMS quick start course. So basically, this is what will automatically appear in your website. And if you use it, you can keep it. If you don't use it, you can just delete it. Let me go back a little bit at the beginning. Okay. This is what you will see in the backend of your website, just to show you that you will see every day how many enrollments, how many people enrolled in your courses, many registrations, how many sales, of course, later on when you start selling, and how many lessons completed. You can manage everything from the Lifter LMS tag here on the left. And of course, there is more, there is a little bit more, but everything is free and you can do everything that I show you now for free. You don't have to pay a thing.